Welcome back to SourceFed, I'm Ava Gordy.
And I'm Steven Suptic.
The federal government has mandated that the marijuana used in research must come through them. And the federal government's weed is fucking whack, bruh. It's like shake. It's like even worse than shake. Look at this
Marijuana connoisseur here, bringing you a small fact, if you'll indulge me. Just like I indulge in a lot of marijuana. Colorado, one of America's biggest cities, has on average 19% THC in their reefer. 19%. Now, a researcher by the name of Sue Sisley tested the government's strain, discovering it to only contain about 8% THC.
You heard that right, folks. 8% THC. In a quote from the Washington Post article, it's akin to investigating the effects of bourbon by giving people Bud Light, which means all you pot blazers are getting way more toked up than you once thought.
And now everyone is freaking out because it appears all the studies are skewed.
All those folks who use marijuana for their actual intended purpose, medically, could be taking in more than they bargained for yet. I've been dying to tell you anything you want to hear because that's just who I am this week.
So not all types of marijuana research are affected by the bad government weed. Academic research stays the same, for instance. Like if you wanted to see how people are influenced by government weed in a laboratory experiment, that's not going to change. But if you want to research how weed affects people outside of the laboratory, it's a completely different story.
Smokable for yourself, guys, and take notes. Research.
Ava, I was recently ordained and am prepared to citizens arrest you depending on how further you incriminate yourself.
Ordained is like when you get that license to marry people, I'm pretty sure.
It appears as though I have made yet another mistake. My apologizes, Ava. Do you accept my apology?
I do.
We're married now, Ava. We just got married live on SourceFed, completely legal. I'm a wife now. How much money do you have? No prenup. No, I don't sign no prenups, baby.
Legally now. Suptic and I are married. I am Ava Gorduptic, and I am more powerful now than ever before.
With my bloodline, Ava, our children will have eczema and potentially heart conditions.
We have to move on now.
Now, when I think of marijuana, Ava, I think of Mississippi.
Of
That's
course.
where all federal weed is grown. Just last summer, the DEA started the process to allow other facilities to contribute marijuana for federal research. However, none have been approved yet.
Which means that the government-tested weed is just straight up not as intense as the weed being sold in dispensaries, despite academic studies. Which means that the weed that's being administered to sick children and the elderly could be making them high AF.
Let's be honest, little kids getting high are funny, but they're also sinners. If you're smoking weed before you're married, good luck getting into heaven.
When I get my Nona in front of a big old bong, she goes nuts. She's like, hell yeah, cure my arthritis. And then she's like, damn, I don't even feel my arthritis anymore. And actually, my aging isn't a sign of death, it's a sign of life. I feel more alive at 75 than I ever have.
Okay, calm down, Nana. You're gonna be dead in a few years, if that.
You're almost out the door. 75? Hell's waiting.
One disconcerting piece of info, according to Rick Doblin, founding director of the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies, is that higher amounts of mold and yeast are found in the National Institute on Drug Abuse approved weed, rather than regular street urchin Commonwealth store-bought weed.
All is not lost, however. An NIDA representative said this: there's been some emerging interest from the research community for a wider variety of marijuana and marijuana products. NIDA does plan on growing some additional marijuana this year and harvest some high THC material that will likely be above 13% THC. So blaze it while you can, folks. And let us know in the comments, are you going to keep weeding? I'm Ava Gordy.
And hey, before you leave, have you heard of Graze.com? You can check out the website and tell them what kind of flavors of snacks you're into, and they'll deliver you a customized box to your home or work.
They combine wholesome ingredients in imaginative ways. All of the over 100 snacks are nutritionist approved and don't use GMO ingredients, trans fats, or artificial colors and flavors. They're good for you. Sweet.
Go to Graze.com and enter code SourceFed to get a free sampler box.
And thanks everybody for watching. Goodbye. Dolphins. Since the dawn of time, we've known that they are up to no good.
Any animal with a so-called blowhole is clearly a tough customer from the wrong side of the tracks.
So yeah, it's not like, hey, what's good? Here's a pill, pop that shit. Have fun, see you later. Obviously. I think the stigma around drug use is that they're often used